Hello, is anybody there? I've got a wee bit mad in that I've changed from one way of doing it to another, so I don't know where the chat is. So if anybody can see me and wants to chat, could you do something and maybe it'll come up? It says I'm live. Let's see, chat. Right, group chat we've got on. Can anybody see me and hear me? Is there anybody there? Oh, it's saying I've got 4 viewers. If you can hear me and see me okay, could you type something in? Just a hi would be great. Let's see, I've got seems okay. There's just nothing coming up with the chat. As far as I'm concerned, I'm on and I'm broadcasting and I'm live. And I've got 5 viewers so far. And I've got a group chat up. Chat off. Chat on. Screen share, which we're not doing. Control room. Can anybody see me? Camera off. Microphone. Right, I've got 8 viewers, but I can't see any of the. Could anybody type in and let me know you're there? Please. That would be wonderful. Because it's saying I'm live, but I've not got anybody saying anything yet. Let's see. Hello, 8 viewers. Oh, now I've lost it completely. I'm back. Can anybody see me? Suze, are you there? Anybody there? Oh, what's this? I've got 9 viewers. Could somebody say hello at all? To have a wee look at my phone. If anybody can see me but can't join in chat, could someone text me that knows me or whatever? All right, I've got 10 viewers. Could someone say hello in the group chat, please? Live. And we want chat on, don't we? See, I don't want to go into it all until I know that people can see me. Let's see what this is. Invite people. We all know I'm kind of there because I've put it out. And I can see that I've got 9, 10 viewers. I just need someone to say hello. Let's see, there's my phone. Suze, you're here. Suze, can you type in hello on the group chat, please? Or anybody? Because this is a question and answer session. So if nobody, you can see and hear me. Suze, can you type in the group chat on the broadcast, please? Even just say hello. See. There's no option to message me. Oh dear, that's not. Enter chat mass. Right, let's see. I can do it. Can anyone see me coming up? I've just put in. because I'm sure that there is a chat going on. Can I just not see it? Bear with me. That's crazy if I can't see the chat, isn't it? Since I'm the one that's meant to be doing the question and answers. Let's see. Something might be covering it up. This is crazy, folks. I'm so sorry. I'm coming back into this. You can't see what I've just typed, so I'm obviously on a different chat. I'm so sorry. I'm coming back into this. Right, I'm now on a different hangout, and it appears to have a different chat. And there's a delay. I've got the chat. I've got the chat. That's fine. I'm just going to put my volume down a wee bit so that I'm not hearing my feedback so much. We're nearly there, folks. Right, Sue says hello. Elaine Johnson says hello. Mary says hello. Wendy says hello. Someone else. Victoria Harbert says hello. Sue, you're smiling. Does that mean that you can see me and hear me now? There is a bit of a delay, but that's okay. Malas, hi. Katrina, hi. Great. Right, I'm going to start officially. Bear with me, folks, because I'm trying to talk while keep an eye on the chat. Wendy, welcome. Nellie, don't you dare go. Chair. Right, so welcome to my first scheduled live stream. Vonda, hello. This live stream I've got set up, and I don't again know how I'm on because I seem to have two things running and one didn't have chat for me. So, but I will figure that out for the next time. So anybody that's here, welcome. We're going to get a wee question and answer going. And for those of you that are watching it on catch up, you maybe want to ignore the first wee file. But if you want to comment on it, but you're watching it in catch up, please, just put your questions in the comments and I'll come back tomorrow or the next day and have a wee looky at them, okay? Malice, thanks for the heart. So before we start properly, well, we have started properly. Just a couple of things. We're going to do a wee question and answer in a minute, and that will be enjoyable. And we're also going to stop in maybe in about 15 minutes to empower the rose, because the rose is very special and we need more healers putting energy into this, which will transfer and work with the one that's on the site. Diamonds, haha, hello. And I know some of you have told me your names, but you know, I do forget and I've not got the best memory, but there we go. But hello, everybody. This is wonderful. I'm so chuffed. I'm really so chuffed. The other thing before we get right into it is I wanted to do a wee thing. Here comes Nellie. I'll just let her settle down. I wanted to do something for Valentine's Day. So my book called The Prescription is my first contemporary love story, and it's 99p or $1.24 until Valentine's Day, the 14th of February. So if you want to have a nice read, it's the only book I've done that's really not that, it's not spiritual, it's a contemporary romance, but I love it, and I enjoyed writing it. But it is a wee bit sad, and it's lovely as well. And it's set in 1993. So let's see if we've got anything else coming. So, Witcher, hello, hello, welcome to the live stream. Oh, Suze, I'm glad you think it's a good book. A lot of people thought that Jerry was me, but she's not, because the story is about a pharmacist, a young pharmacist that is doing quite well, and her crush from the 80s, a rock star, walks into her pharmacy and presents her with a prescription. And the tagline for the book is, every prescription tells a story, but not every story has happy endings. So that's 99p or $1.20 or whatever until Valentine's Day. So if you fancy a good read, that's my wee present to you. I'm going to go back through the live stream when we're finished, put all the names in a wee cup and pull out one, and I'm going to send a really nice crystal to you, because I've been awful nervous about this. Somebody says Nellie needs their own camera. Yeah. Alison, yeah, she's wee down now. She's actually hiding behind my mic. Wait till we see. There she is now. Right? Yeah. See, that's you. Okay. Ah, there she is. She just couldn't stay down. Donna, I know you like that book as well. Thank you for coming on. Settle down, Nellie. Settle down. Right. So I've told you about the rose, and we'll do it in about 10-15 minutes. I do apologise for what happened there with setting up. I'm completely, it's taken me to Google Hangouts, then it's taken me back, and I seemed to be filming through two events. Hello, Elaine. I know you're saying hello, Nellie. Say hello, Colette. Vonda, hi, Nellie. Oh. What I wanted to do was this first live stream, and maybe we'll have a theme on another night, and I will have worked out what's going on. But what I'd like to say is, sorry, I sort of pat Nellie and then I go away in a wee dwam. White Storm's here, so thank God for that. Thanks, Suze. So what I'd like to do for the next maybe 45 minutes is answer any questions you've got. Now, these are not questions about readings, like, yeah, because I don't do them anymore. But has anyone got a starter question about spirituality? Nellie, settle down, settle down. That they would like me to try and answer. I know I should have told you, you know, if you want, you could, you know, have a wee question time, but, you know, but I just wanted to take this one as it comes, and I do know I'll have to sort out that initial fault. But hey, we're doing it. 57 in a few months, and I've managed to do live stream. Elaine, thank you, and thank you for everybody that's saying I'm doing great, because this is. I thought actually it might be worse because the chat's not zooming up, and maybe it's because there's about 16 people on, so it's not going crazy. And I thought I would be trying to watch everything. Right, first question ensues, how do I manage working with Native American spirituality and Durga? That's a good one, Suze, and you know basically that my main spirituality for a long time was the Native American stuff. White Storm's Native American, and then in I think 2008, as particularly to 2010, I started being quite drawn to Hindu deities. I have a lot of Hindu friends, and at one point in my life where things were going very wrong for me, I actually was in the presence of Durga, and that blew my mind. And then she helped me with a ritual with my life. And after that, it was just that she was my goddess. Now, theoretically, Great Spirit in Native American spirituality is all that is. It's everything. It's who we are. It's what every cell in our body is. It's the great mystery, the supernaturals, the universe. It's everything. And in a certain way, Durga is that too. She's the all mother. She's the creator. It's to me, if we had to, you know, kind of emulate certain deities and stuff that match up, Great Spirit and the Great Mystery in NA is Durga in the Indian philosophy of Hinduism. So I started my prayers, etc., always to my prayers and rituals were Native American. The things the way I thought was Native American. But when I came to want to do a ritual, particularly to a deity that had a form as such, then Durga was there for me, and various forms of her. My wee publishing company is called Saraswati. I've recently done a ritual to Lakshmi. So all Durga forms are who I would pray to and do ritual to, but my life path actually is still Native American and a wee bit of Celtic thrown in. And you're right to ask how I manage it. I had a vision one night, and I put this in my book, where I was questioning, how can I follow a Native American path that theoretically doesn't have deities as such? It has supernaturals, but not deities. And also be so connected to Hinduism. And is it letting Durga down in some way, or is it letting the NA philosophies down? And my vision, White Storm, my guide, came walking beside Durga, and I was blown away. And the message, to cut a long story short, the message I got from them was people like you, meaning me, who have like a foot in both camps, or knowledge of two or more things, and walk the talk with them, will be what heals the world. And after that happened, I just relaxed, and I thought, I'm doing it. I'm following a Native American path with a devotion to Goddess Durga. And that's how I cope with it. When if I'm wanting to do something outside and wanted to be part of nature, it's probably the NA stuff I fall into. If I'm wanting to do a specific ritual for family or for something that's needed, it's Durga. Oh, I better put my glasses on now. There's a lot of stuff going on. Now, if you could actually even help one another out in the... Oh, sorry, pop that off again. So I hope that helps Suze's question. What I want to do is go back up the live stream. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if you see a question and you can type in some answers and help one another, that would be great. Right, Suze, how do I manage working with NA and Durga? I hope that's answered. It's like breathing to me now. I know at any one time whether I'm working with my tarot cards, etc. It's White Storm and it's the NA stuff. When I'm doing ritual, it tends to be Durga. Vonda says, if you feel you're a healer, how do you know what direction to go in, begin healing? I'll maybe get that back to your help, get some of the healers to answer that. Vonda, Alison, what colour of ribbon is useful for finance magical spells? I would always use green. I find green is the fertility colour, and also for finance. Lisa Patterson, hi, I would like to ask, do you follow astrology, such as full moon meditation and placement of planets? Well, Lisa, here's the answer in a way. many, many years ago when I was in private practice in Hamilton, and I'd written for the little paper, as I did until 2 years ago, 20 years nearly, with that little paper, the Motherwell Extra, I think it was, and the Hamilton People. It was all, it went out all over the place, but with different names. Now, I've always had an interest in astrology, but never really going too deep. But I got a program called World of Wisdom and started to work with it, and I really liked it. So I did more and more, a wee bit. You know, people, I didn't do the chart, I wasn't in that depth, but I gave them a wee bit, and I tended to know where the planets were, etc. And what happened was on April the 1st one year, I think it was the year 2000, I got a phone call from a man, and he had what I thought was a very fake Newcastle accent. And he said, Colette, you're the clairvoyant, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. And he said, I'm from the Sunday Sun, and we're losing Russell Grant, and we'd like you to be our astrologer. And I was like, okay, bye, and put the phone down on him. Because I thought it was an April the 1st joke. And then when I put the phone down, I thought, oh no. So he phoned right back, and he explained that they did want me to be their astrologer for the Sunday Sun in England, which isn't part of the Sun Empire, or wasn't. Now, what happened there was I had to really move forward, because I was doing weekly astrology columns, and they were linked to a phone line. And then Channel 5 asked me to do daily astrology. So, but to be honest, I don't have any qualifications in astrology. It's not something I use in much depth. You know, obviously I like to know if there's different planetary arrangements that are going to affect us, Mercury retrograde, you know, whether there's going to be a grand cross, stuff like that. But you know, I took over from Russell Grant with the Sunday Sun, and I'm sure I didn't bluff my way through it, because I did my homework and I consulted with World of Wisdom all the time. But for the daily astrology, not a lot moves daily, and I got really bored with it. And after 2 years, I handed in my notice, because I just couldn't do daily astrology anymore. But I'm very interested in people's sun signs, their moon signs particularly, and their ascendants. And I'm very interested in what's going on from an astrological point of view. So I was a media astrologer for 2 years, both on telly and in a full, massive Sunday newspaper in England. But you couldn't go in any great depth anyway, because you only had like 200 words per sign. So I would say on the surface that I know and I enjoy astrology, but I would more say I'm a sun sign astrologer. And if my husband Jim, he can take a chart and do, you know, all the conjunctions and all this, that, and that, and literally he, you know, it's fantastic, and the stuff he comes up with and why personalities do that. I just listen to him and I think, bloody hell, you should have been the one that was doing the astrology in newspapers, not me. But yes, so I hope that helps. I kind of lost, yeah, Lisa. Let's see, I'm going to scroll down a wee bit. Right, I see Tiffany's giving good advice here. Right, that'll be something, Tiffany, I'll look into, or I'll get back once I've been able to read back. But thank you. And I see that you're saying, so long as you believe the healing is happening, whatever way you're doing it, it will. I totally agree with that, Tiffany. Thank you so much. You know, I don't, I'm not a Reiki healer. I don't do Reiki. I do shamanic healing, but also do crystal healing. And it used to be called spiritual healing. And now it's just, we're a healer. So since we've got, I know there's a few more things going here, but could I ask people, please, Victoria's saying some people feel you need to do a Reiki course, but I don't believe you do. I agree with you on that. I think Reiki is fantastic. I've got many friends that are qualified in Reiki, and it's fantastic. But I don't think it's for everybody. Donna, you're saying I would agree, though, through healing myself. Oh, it's all jumped. Eileen, you say you could listen to me all day. Thank you for this. I could talk all day, believe me. Susan's my wee sis, and she would tell you that too. Donna, you would agree, healing yourself, you were drawn to healing others. Look out for signs. Do you know, this is what I wanted with these live streams, Spoke. I wanted everybody to help one another. I wanted just to be able to talk to one another in the comments, and I'm going to leave them up so that if you ever want to refer back to them again, it will be there for you. This is what I wanted, and I'm so grateful that this is happening. But what I could ask is, here is the rose. And while we're all on for the first time, could I ask everybody to focus their energy and put healing into the rose if you can, and if you feel like it? Just don't put, you may want to send the healing through your hands. You may want to send it from your heart. Just don't go too close to the screen, because the electromagnetic energy can sometimes do in your screen a wee bit. Oh, I can feel it. And I'll do this another time before we end, because we need more healers taking part in the rose. Alison is my second in command for the rose, and she generally gets the healers together and tries to respond to people, and she's an amazing healer as well. But everybody putting things in, putting the energy into it, means that there's far more in for it to be able to flow out towards those that need it. Now, this is the ceramic rose that my wee sis Sue's made me, and it's a total copy of the one that's on the Healing Rose meditation on the playlist. So let's see where I'm going. I'm going back to see what I've got here. Right, I see Vonda and Tiffany are talking. That's fantastic. That's what I wanted. Tiffany, you're drawn to crystals, but they're just tools. I agree with you. The power comes from within, and it's all about finding a technique to let that flow. I totally agree with you. Wendy, how would I choose the perfect crystal for you? You'll never choose a crystal, honey. A crystal will choose you. I was initially, there's some beautiful crystals around me, ones that I wanted to maybe go with or whatever, particularly when we made the shop, but I've always been really, really drawn to citrine. But I realised that citrine kind of drew me to it. I didn't choose it. I mean, I've got a wonderful citrine in this little holder. Even back to when I did Mystic Challenge and stuff, I always had a citrine round my neck. It's for a sense of bubbly confidence. It makes you feel stronger when you've got to do something. It's a bit like a kind of gentler aventuring. But I love citrine, and whenever I've got something to do with the media, where I've got to present myself or speak, and I've been really, really nervous tonight, I've always got my citrine on. So if you ever see me with another crystal on, you'll know I'm doing fine. I was holding this like mad. So Wendy, let the crystals choose you. Go into a shop that's got a good choice of crystals. There's plenty out there. You know, a lot of New Age shops have recently closed down in the Lanarkshire and kind of Glasgow area, and that's a shame. But Donna Marie, you've got a place that you love. Is it Fine Crystals or something? And anybody else that, you know, I've got crystals, but I only use them as crystal prescriptions, so I don't sell them individually. But I've a huge amount for crystal prescriptions. Victoria, you like crystals too? Yeah. Oh yeah, Vonda, you like citrine too? Brilliant. Holistic beauty treatment. Hello, Tracy. Oh, Tiffany, you use citrine to resolve sadness and stress. Yeah, I use it more for stress. RW Lock 24, are you a vegan? No, I'm not. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I do still eat meat. And I know that that goes against some of the practices of, you know, being clean, etc. But no, I'm not a vegan. Is anybody on the chat a vegan? Donna, Fine Crystals, this is online. Aquarius Crystals and Paisley, wonderful shop, great. Hastings have a good shop. Jay Wilson, hi from California. Colette, hiya. I see wee conversations going on here, which is great. Are you trying to be one? My daughter's a vegan and the other one is mainly vegetarian. So a lot of our meals that we make when they're over are meat-free. But occasionally I like chicken, but I always use good chicken and, you know, chicken that's not farmed, etc. Yes, it's super nice catching you live. What time is it in California, please? Hello, Elaine. At one point, we had Jim and I who are meat eaters and a vegetarian and a vegan to cater for. 11:35 a.m. in California. So that's 7, 8 hours behind, sort of. Tiffany, you're vegetarian for 8 years. Yeah, yeah. What does everybody think? I follow a shamanic path, and Tiffany's making a good point that she believes that we ingest their fear if they are mass farmed. I totally agree with that. Basically, you know, with shamanic aspects, if an animal is killed, it's killed for all its parts, and it's normally killed from the wild, not farmed, etc. And you know, even when I'm eating meat, I'm giving blessings for that animal giving its life, and you know, there's an honouring of it. I would not take my food and meat for granted in any way. There's an honouring of it. But shamanically, you know, when if you are taking something into your body that has had its body infused with fear hormones, and I'm not even talking about the, you know, the chemical hormones that could be pumped into it, but just the element of fear or a bad life, then shamanically, yes, I do believe that we ingest that, and it can have some effect on the psyche. Let me see where we are. Yeah, so we're talking about something that's been brought up by Tiffany, and I'd like to know what you think on that. Jay, it's cloudy, mild day in California today. You're in the San Francisco Bay Area. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I've got snow outside again. We've had snow for a fortnight, and it's a nightmare. But it's very, very pretty. Tiffany, you're in Ohio. I have a past life in Ohio. Tracy, you're in New York. and you're only a few hours behind. Minnesota. Right, what have we got? Oh, oh, it's getting quicker here. Oh, we're up to 19 watching now. That's great. Stardust, you're Ohio. Cedar Point, Stardust, Toledo. See, there we go. There's people that can be kind of online buddies and help one another. Tiffany's Fremont, Sandusky. Let's see where we are. I used to bless my food before I eat it. I haven't been doing that lately, and I can feel it. Tracy, try to get back to that. And when you're cooking, do it with an honouring, not just for the animal if you're cooking meat, but a thank you for the herbs. I tend to grow my herbs and use them from the garden or dry them for the winter. Anybody that knows me know that I'm Rosemary Daft. I would put it in everything if I could. I'm sure I've been a rosemary in a past life to be putting it like that. But as you're cooking, make sure that you're actually blessing your food, like you say, but thanking the abundance, thanking the plant, thanking the soil, everything. And it helps, it really does. Let's see. We've got the master of YouTube on. Hello. Hello. Tiffany resonates with shamanic culture. And we've got Sarah in Kent, master of YouTube. Don't know what's going on there. Tiffany, you're the same with oregano. And just talk amongst yourself while I scroll down here, and we'll maybe get another question. But it's lovely to see us all interacting. You're back in Bonnie, Scotland, Michelle. Yeah. Oh, we talked about the big angel that's actually a mermaid, didn't we? You also resonate. Oh. Vonda, ask. You might find that you'll get a wee mentor, or your own guide will help more. I certainly want to do more shamanic videos with the channel. It's not for everybody though, but it's something that I live my life by. Victoria, right, Victoria, how do you know who your guides are as I feel them but don't see them? I've done a whole video on this, I think, or I've done a meditation on it. I can't actually remember. I was very lucky. White Storm was gifted to me at birth. I had my shamanic death at birth as such, and that's all in my memoirs. So I was very aware of him around as a little Nindian boy. I called him Nindian boy, and he grew up alongside me. And certain times I pushed him back because I didn't know what a spirit guide was, obviously, when I was 7 or 14 or whatever. So I've always had him, and he's always come forth when I was maybe about to move from a spiritual plateau up to another level, and then we became partners in work as such, doing the work, doing the readings, doing the sort of ceremonies, etc. But I have had other guides, so I have had the experience of sensing a guide, maybe getting an outline, and then waiting for them to show themselves more. So I do know that feeling of, well, I can see White Storm and I know he's there, but there's something else there, somebody else. And what I had to do was let them know that I was willing and I wanted to experience them in whatever way they could give me, whether that was through clairvoyance to see them, whether that was in dream time, whether that was hearing what they wanted to say. And for many years, I actually had a woman who I thought looked quite big, and she seemed quite formidable, but I'd only her outline, and I thought she was very, very rounded. But as she came forth more, little bit, I saw that she was actually a Viking warrior, but she was pregnant. She was fully pregnant. And she became a guide to me. She still comes back from time to time, but she was around me when I was learning about fertility magic, and was also trying to help people with their fertility. Now, that wasn't a one-off awakening. She just didn't appear one night. I had a vague feeling she was there. Then I got a bit of an outline. And when I got the outline, I said, whatever way you can get through to me, please, please do it. And it just developed from there. So it's I would say, understanding and having knowledge of your guides, and meeting them wherever you meet them, whether it's through clairvoyance or dream time or whatever, is a journey rather than a one-off thing. So the fact that you can sense them, but you're not quite seeing them, give them a signal. If you want to connect with them more, physically or ritually, invite them in. Say, I sense you. I would welcome you. So please, could you come clearer to me? Come forth at a specific time. All these things. You have to let them know. And I used to know a beautiful woman that taught me a lot of my Native American stuff, and she said, the universe likes gestures, Colette. The universe likes gestures, because I was sort of held in a wee bit, because with ritual, you can be quite, as a shaman, you can be quite flamboyant. But when I started, I wasn't sure. And she said, the universe, likes gestures. Give the gestures. So that would be what I'd say in that. I'm just going back the way a wee bit. Right, I'm back to where I was. You listen to shamanic drumming on YouTube, Tiffany. That's lovely. Talking about guides when you go to sleep. Sleep is a wonderful place for them to come. Yeah, Vonda, have a wee look at some of the shamanic drum videos, and if you want a fright, look up me doing a chant. The chant that's, I've only put up one NA chant, and it wasn't my best voice day, put it that way. Right, Vonda, let's see where we're going. Tracy's seen a Buddhist monk. Whoa, that's wonderful. Stephen, hi Stevie, how am I doing? Oh, thank you. Listening to the good people's thoughts and spirit guides. Stephen and I go back a long way, where even connecting with spirit guides is concerned. In that, well, again, things are private. I wouldn't go through that. But Stevie's whereas Susan's my wee sis, Stephen's my brother, spiritual brother. I'm glad you're here, Stevie. Thank you. But I mean, you've had good experience with your spirit guide, haven't you? Here's Stevie and chatting us all up as usual. Vonda, hey Wanana. You love that chant? Oh, I love it too. I was chanting it before I came online, to be honest. It was, oh my God. It's my power chant. It really is my power chant, and I love it. Right, while we've got more people on, and everybody's in a wee conversation, that's great. Could I ask everybody to push some more energy to the rose again? Let's get this full, because there's a world out there of people that could draw energy from this, and the more it resonates, the more People will be drawn to it and they'll be able to get some healing from it. Oop, I can feel it building up in the hands. Just let it flow. And remember that the Rose video is in the healing playlist, and feel you are welcome to add your names to it. I tend to put it up on Facebook on a Friday morning, and the names go on there. But I do the healing from both pages, and so does Alison and other people. This is brilliant. Desiree Drennan. Hi, Colette. Love the channel. Just discovered it 2 days ago. Very helpful. Thank you, and you're most welcome. Suze, you use Hey Banana before firewalking. Has anybody else done a firewalk? I'm glad that there's people joining that have just the amount of subscribers went up by 160 last month. We are now at, I think, over 1,400, and the channel's gone over 100,000 views. I mean, I know that's tiny compared to the Logan Pauls or whatever and Philip DeFranco, but it's amazing. I'm sitting here in a wee cottage, and you know, I'm managing to connect with people all over the world of similar spiritualities. We're getting together, you know. Elaine, you've really enjoyed them. Thank you. Sent Healing Rose as well. Thank you. Yes, so you've done quite a lot of firewalks, haven't you? Tracy, well, you never know. It's something that might be out there in front of us. Katrina. Right, that's an interesting one. Children who may see spirit don't open and close. So in my spiritual circle, why do I need to? Anyway, I do anyway because I'm told this by my spiritual circle teacher. Right, that's good. That's a very, very good question. When I was doing readings, I would always take an hour to meditate, to open up, particularly, well, say prayers, and then open up, ready for a depth of connection. My normal clairvoyance, the normal things I see is quite good. I mean, I can see spirits, or I can see outlines, I can hear things, but to do the work properly, I have to do meditation, I have to open up. And then when it's finished, I close it all down again. And that keeps me from going mad. And that keeps me from, it keeps me from being worn out. Now, children have, and us as children, have a natural, very open third eye, and I understand that. But I also believe that it's very well monitored or such, or controlled by their higher selves. And as we become older, we start to put a lot of structures in the way. We start to intellectualize a lot. We start to overthink things. So ourselves, we're putting up certain barriers to that. And in a way, we're blocking our higher selves. So you may, at that level, still be very clairvoyant, still be very tuned in. But believe me, by opening up, you'll get even higher, and you'll connect far more than you could imagine. But that level of openness is not the openness, darling, that you want to be walking about, whether it's Walmart or Asda. That would cripple you, because you would see all sorts of things. You would feel every bit of energy. Someone go past you that's maybe in a really bad mood, it would hit you. Someone that's a bad person go past you, you would feel dirty off their aura. So as children, I believe that our higher self is far more connected to the childlike qualities and to that childlike openness, and in a way, almost the parameters are set by the higher self for the child, but we then start to have barriers up or whatever, and all sorts of negativity, you know, that can just make us not as fresh or as connected to our higher self as the child. Does that make sense, honey? Because I go on a total rant about this, I think, in my How to Be a Successful Medium video, because I've seen too many people wear themselves out and become even psychologically ill because they've not closed down after they've either done a ritual or they have done a clairvoyant reading or whatever. It's so important to open up and to close down. It makes it more of a spiritual experience. And yes, you don't want to be completely closed off. I mean, there's people and a lot of belief systems that believe all our chakras should be spinning open at all times. All I can say is through my own experience. If I'll give you an example. When I used to do the readings, I used to sometimes read till about 10:30 at night, 10 o'clock, and sometimes I would want to nip up to the shop to get something. So I always closed down. And then we moved and the shop was a lot further away. And one night I needed to go out. And my husband is always very good at saying, you know, if you close down, if you've done this, normally I can close down in about 10 minutes. But this night the shop was going to close in about 25 minutes. So I got up, I went in the car and we buzzed up the road. Now, the road was completely empty, it was dark. And as we come over a dip, I saw a man with what looked like a coal sack on his back walk right in front of the car. So I slammed on the brakes, I did an emergency stop, and I thought I'd killed him. And then I looked at my husband, who was like, what the hell? And I said, the man with coal sack on his back. And he said, Colette, there was nothing there. There was nobody about. Now, I believe I was so open that I either saw a spirit or I saw a resonance, you know, a magnetic resonance of maybe a man that walked that same path and crossed that same road, that same bit, maybe for, you know, years and years. I don't know. But I did a full emergency stop when there was absolutely no need to do it. Now, I would never get in the car unless I'm completely closed down. So, let's see where we're going. Right. I hope that's helpful. Katrina, I hope that helped. I can do more on that. Drop me a wee message or whatever, and we'll see if there's more that needs to be done in that. I agree, Colette, you helped me build my clairvoyance to a functional level. So you need more energy shielding, right? Well, let me know. And Vonda's talking to you, which is lovely. Oh, we've got Richard again, who's a quiet person, Kansas City. And we've got, yeah, Vonda talking. Let's see where the conversation's going. Stevie says, patience, perseverance, and belief are all vital. 100% agree with you, Stevie. Vonda, yeah. I think at one point I want to do a whole video on the potential for a lot of what we do and who we are can be mistaken for mental health issues. And, you know, it's a difficult line. It's a difficult line. You know, I have my pharmacist training and I know all about schizophrenia, etc. But there's a lot of people I know that basically have been very much part of a shamanic journey, and I'm very, very interested. If you look up the way that, you know, a shaman in indigenous societies is treated, you would honestly think that they were the person of the tribe that had mental health issues. So much of what we do, I mean, if I literally sat down in front of someone and said, I see dead people, I talk to my guide, I hear things in my ear, I get a rush of energy. And yes, I think I can help healing. I've got healing hands. What else? Yeah, journey. I do shamanic journeying where I take on a form. And yes, I believe in shape shifting. Oh my God, I'd get put away. I'd get absolutely put away. And I'm one of the most sane people I know. And I know they say if you say you're sane, that you're not sane. But, you know, I feel there's a fine line, but I think there's a lot of very psychic people that in the past have been misdiagnosed, and it breaks my heart to think they might have been put in places like asylums and stuff like that. I'm talking back maybe hundreds of years or whatever, but it's something I'm very, very interested in. Vonda, you're saying that you've learned otherwise. That's great. Pardon me. That hearing voices was spiritual ascension, sorry. I had what people would describe as a night terror last night, but it's a series of journeys that I'm going on. And you know, just close family know about them. And I have no control over them, although I do some nights know I'm going to go in one. But when I come back, I'm either very scared or very upset. And it's upset because I've not managed to come back in the way that I would want to or whatever. And it's very personal. And I've got my devices fully protected. Get off, whoever you are. Right, close. Right. Now, these are all things that I'm going to write about in the future, but they are shamanic journeys, and they're going to amazing places, yes. And my husband is the one that looks after me when I come back and I'm shaking or whatever, and he's a darling. But last night I was very upset with it, and I didn't want to go back to sleep because I didn't want to go straight into it because it's exhausting. Now, I know where I'm going with this because I can talk to my guide on it. I can look at the tarot cards, which can tell me even more. And I know it's for a reason. But can you understand if I said that to, you know, a psychiatrist or whatever, they would be like, oh yeah, here's the jacket, let's lock you in it. So I'm going to think more on that and maybe do something more on it. Right, let's see where we're going. Tammy is saying, sorry if this has been asked already, but what is your go-to message for closing down? The one I use is, there's a few, but basically after a reading, I would say my prayers first of thanks. It basically is the same prayer, the same way that I open up with the prayer is the way I would close down. And then I say thank you to my ancestors, thank you to this, that, next thing. And then I say thank you to my higher self after I've said all the guides. And I say thank you to my third eye. But now it is time to close. And what I do is I normally use a fluorite crystal when I'm opening up. And then I sometimes put the fluorite against my third eye again and say thank you to it and thank you for the experience. But now I need to close and then I bring it down. Now, if I've been very, very deep and I feel I want something more, I will put black obsidian over my third eye, or flint, or I'll envision, my husband's a good one, he imagines like a big, oh, what you call it? Like a big steel door coming down, and I find that's a very good one as well. So opening up is all very sort of like this, and closing down is like boom. And that's what I do, but I can do more on that if you would be interested in that. Does that help, Tammy? Would anybody else like to help Tammy with what they do? I'm gonna go on for about another 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll kind of close down a wee bit. Because I want to be able to do these quite regularly. So let's see, pull down. Tracy, lucid dreams. Yeah, lucid dreams are unshakable, aren't they? I think I don't see any more questions. Oh, goodness. This is I could see this being an incredible learning experience for us all. You know, the comments themselves are fantastic. Um, Vonda also asks the guys to help her close down and see, holding hands with them in a circle of protection. That's a wonderful one, Vonda. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I must admit, Vonda, I was awful nervous. So I had my citrine on and I did my power chant, but you know, I wasn't nervous about talking. I wasn't nervous about being here. But what? Oh, you used my third eye dialing. Good, that's a good one. It's like I was worried about the technology, and I'm still a bit worried about it because I managed to open up 2 screens, but, one of my daughters is here in the next few days, and we'll go through it again, because I definitely couldn't see the chat, and it was all active on another level, but at least the camera worked and the mic worked, which was good. Desiree, oh. Thank you. I'm glad my channel is good for you. That's what I wanted. I started this 2.5 years ago to give back. I was fully, uh, I made my living after giving up pharmacy by being a clairvoyant for 20 years. Oh no, 20, fully 21 years full time, but before that I did it part time. I've gained so much from this, and don't get me wrong, I never made as much money as I could as a pharmacist, but that was never of interest to me. But I felt that I wanted to give back, and this is some way to do it. I absolutely adore it. Because, you know, when I started off in my early 30s, maybe my late 20s, there was no internet. And you had to go in and buy book upon book upon book. So, you know, it was quite intense. And then if you wanted to go a course somewhere, it's, you know, it's basically, it costs a lot of money. And, you know, even finding a mentor was really hard. And, you know, back in the 80s and stuff, in the early 90s, it was more frowned upon. So to have the channel and to be able to give back to that, knowing that there's maybe young women, young men, even older men and older women that are finding out things, and I'm learning all the time as well. I really am. But to be able to do that is very enjoyable for me. Tracy, does my husband have any psychic abilities? I would say that I'm the clairvoyant and intensely psychic one of our partnership, but he is an amazing magician. He's so strong with his magic, and he is brilliant at astrology, and he's just amazing. You know, when I met him, he was in his 40s, and the first time I watched him cast a circle or whatever, I was like, oh, that's the way it's done. You know, it was like amazing. So he's very, very, you know, if it was something really intensely needed done, I would find out about it clairvoyantly, and then I would probably ask him to do the magic, unless it was a feminine thing, obviously. So yeah, we're a good team. We're definitely a good team. We're both older now, you know, but we had a shop together for many years, a new age shop, and he had the front shop, and I had the room at the back, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It was just that after a while, we face the same problems that a lot of new age shops face, is that, you know, someone will come in and buy a couple of crystals, that's great. But, you know, if your rent is £600 a month, it's very difficult. So we moved it to online after a while, and then from home. But yeah, I think we're a good team. I really do. Oops, got a flash there. Right, can we have another blast of energy for the rose, please? That's wonderful. Let's see if we've got anything else. Give me 2 seconds. Just family. That's my girls who couldn't be on tonight. Who just managed to check in and are saying, "Go, Mama, you're doing amazing." Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right, so what I would like to say is, remember that the prescriptions book's 99p, $1.20 odd until Valentine's Day, my wee Valentine's gift towards you. What else? Would you let me know what days suit people best for a live stream, and also if the evening time in the UK is okay for the States, etc. And when I started off, 90% of my people were UK based, but now it's about 65% USA and Canada, etc. So for the live streams to work, they have to be able to take in the USA as well, and I have to be awake. So I would like to know what days and kind of people like. Let's see where we're going. Victoria says you're doing a great job, thank you. Thanks, Alison, for being about, and I hope everybody's enjoyed it. We've got Witcher, thank you for talking about the need to properly close down. Yeah, I think you've been very open for most of your life. Well, that's something we just have to learn to work with, Witcher. You know, it's a difficult thing. It took me a long, long time to realise that I was far too open, and I was lucky to white storm, but we have to shut down properly. Let's see. It's 1 in the afternoon in New Mexico, Desiree. Welcome from New Mexico. This time works great most days for me, but you have a relaxed schedule, Vonda. Tiffany, Thank you for loving the live stream. Um, Suze, thanks for being online. That's wonderful. So, Sarah, you would like to see more videos on closing down. Right, okay. You are a counsellor, so it is essential. Believe me, anybody working in the healing industries, the caring industries, it is definitely fine. And Jay, thank you. It's fun to do this. It really is. And Michelle Johnson, thanks. That's wonderful. So I think we're just about finished now. Um, and if you want to come back and look at the comments and contact one another and interact, that would be lovely. I just have to thank you all so much. I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Once I get the wee technical hitch sorted out, I know that I'm going to be doing probably a couple of these a month, and even maybe the coffee and chat like this occasionally. 2018 is going to be awful good for us folks, and I'm here in any way to help. And if there's a video I can do that people are interested in, just let me know. And I do love your stories, and I know I can't reply to absolutely everyone, but I do my best with keeping up to date with the comments. So I'm really chuffed the way people have been talking to one another. Katrina, thank you too. Yeah, I felt the powerful stream coming to the rose. I was holding it. It was great. Stevie, what are you saying? I feel this could be the start of something special. People from all over the world spiritually connected. Is that not a wonderful thought? Well done, Colette Magick. Yes, Stevie, that is a wonderful thought. I'm tearing up now. Don't do that to me. Oh dear. It is a wonderful thought. It's absolutely gorgeous to think that we have this technology and that somebody that's not so sure on things can ask a question and a little group will get in there and help them, and that I'm able to be asked to do something that I might be able to help with. Yes, Stevie, it's amazing, and I hope that the live streams become more natural to me, and everybody just comes on and gets towed in and helps one another and asks questions, because I always wanted it to be not just about me giving answers, but other people saying, well, I do this and I do that, and you've all done that tonight, so thank you. Thanks, Stevie, that's a lovely thing to say. You always have the right words, Stevie, don't you? Thanks to everybody that helped you. Vonda, thank you for being there. Jay agrees with Stevie. Love and healing to all. Jay, you're saying we could do concentrated, powerful healing all together, aimed at a tragedy or something. Totally, 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 totally. That would be awesome. If something happens, I will be on here. We will make it and we'll come and we'll do it. And we'll do it either with meditation, we'll do it with chants. I aim to do some meditations with this anyway. It's something that I would love to do, have everybody. I've done over 44 sweat lodges, and a lot of them were healing lodges for the earth and for certain elders or whatever. And I'd love for this to be a facilitation for that. And I know my wee sis Suze has got a lot of ideas on that as well. Fiona's saying, do you hear anything? My daughter, she died as a baby. Fiona, I don't open up for these live streams, honey. These are question and answers that are actually about, the more, how do I meditate? How do I do it? So I wouldn't be able to answer that on a live stream, I'm afraid. I don't do readings face to face, but I do a mediumship twice a month, and one is going up on Wednesday, I think, and I hope to be doing them fortnightly. Now that you've asked, there may well be something come through, but it wouldn't be on a live stream. But my heart goes out to you, it really does, and I'd love to be able to help. But for a live stream, if I was opened up to things coming through, to energies coming through, to messages, I wouldn't be able to keep my eye on what's going on. So I'm afraid I can't do that tonight. But who knows, in a live stream, not in a live stream, in a mediumship video, we may get something. I'm just not sure, honey. But I'm sending you my love, and I'm sending you a big hug. Okay. I'd love to be able to help. I really would. But this isn't the type of way I could do that. And Vonda, yeah, let's build this up. Let's get this going. Let's have some regular sessions, and we'll see how we go. So with that, I think I'll love you and leave you. If anybody wants to support the channel, there's a super chat thing, which I don't quite know how it works. And there's a wee PayPal donate button, but that's only if you want to, and it's not necessary. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this, so thank you. So I think I'm going to try and finish it off now. So I'd just like to say that I'm so grateful for this having gone well tonight, and I'm so grateful to Great Spirit for us being part of the cycle of technology that allows us to do this and use technology in a good way for the good of all, instead of for bad ways. And I also thank Durga for answering my prayers and keeping me going through this. And I just would like to send a big thank you and love to you all. And there will be a video up on Wednesday, I think, mediumship, and we'll keep going with stuff. And I'll always put up, if it's going to be a regular live stream, I'll put up when I'm going on and give you a wee notice. If it's just one I jump on with, then if you're there, you're there. And I'll leave them up because I think these live streams are as good a teaching tool or a learning thing as every other one of the videos, because it's not just me that's passing on my way, it's you all. You're all passing on. So I'm just amazed. Love you too, wee sis. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go off now, and I'm breathing a big sigh of relief, but I've loved talking to you all. So the last time I tried this, I couldn't actually sign off. So I'm going to try and sign off. And if the camera doesn't go off, just go off and ignore me while I try and shut this thing down. So many blessings from a snowy Scotland, and I'll see you soon. Bye now. So I think I've just frozen that rather than actually do anything. Stevie, I'm some woman, I know. But I think I'm still live. Yeah, how do I... no, I'm not live. Off. Can someone, if you're still on, tell me if I'm still live, please? Jim, if you're laughing, I don't know if I'm offline or not. It's the same thing's happening. Yes, I am. Stevie says I'm still live. Right. How the hell did I shut this down? Yep, I'm still live. My husband's, I'm sure he's laughing his head off out there. Right, how do I go out of live? Because we really want the camera to go off. Let's see if I can go back to the Hangouts and stop it. Oh God, I'm still live. Right, folks. This is embarrassing. After all that stuff, I'm saying goodbye about 50 times. Oh, it's off. It's still live even now. Just put a piece of paper on the screen. Stevie, turn the lecky off. And Julia's saying, what's the lecky? Electricity. Right, I'm actually going to take the camera out, I think. Has anybody done a live chat and knows how to get out of this? Oh, wait a minute. Let me try this. Right. The camera's still on. If anybody... Yeah, it's like the Waltons. Night, night. Bye, Stevie. Bye, Desiree. Bye, Jay. Folks, am I still live? Oh, God. Right. Oh, do you know what I could do? I could come out of YouTube. Right. I love you and I leave you. And I'm going to say night, night and bye. And Jill will be here and we'll get this sorted. There's starting, but there's no stop. Right. I'm going to use some magic now. And I'm going to come out of YouTube and it must stop. Jim, you stop laughing.